I'm going to do a voiceover for this workout. This is me just playing around with this new Sandflail gunny sacks. This is the large one, and it's loaded in this workout to 50 kilograms. And as you can see here, doing my favorite movement with a heavy sandbag is the bear hug squats. Now these are intense. Like, this is 50 kilograms, but right now in this, I've done a little warm up, and then in this set, I'm pretty much going until I can't, almost to like failure, like just shy of failure. And I love the Sandflail for this movement. It's the shape of it, so it's flatter than a normal Strongman sandbag, which really sits well against the body and just means that they can get really deep in that squat. Now you can see the actual handle. This is a prototype that I made 45 inches long. I've decided to make them shorter going forward. You see it's sort of really long and it hits the ground, which is pretty annoying. But later in the video you can see that you can actually tie the handle up. But yeah, this is me, going to pretty much just shy of failure. And the good thing about these type of sandbags is that, especially if you're outside, but if not, you can have like a cushion or something. You can go really hard and then you just drop it. It's like a barbell that's sitting on your back. So there you go, that's me done that. And then the next thing I'm doing, I've got an 11-inch black camo dual layer Sandflail and just doing some one-hand swings. I love mixing up the different size Sandflails, and right now I'm really loving the 11-inch, specifically in the black camo. This has got a different feel to it. So yeah, swap to the other hand. And after that last set with the bear hug squats, like, my legs are pretty much on fire. But it's just hitting it for more of a pull motion. So the last one was obviously a lower body push. It really works the whole body because of the bear hug and holding the thing up. But this is more of like a pull movement, the swing, hip hinge. And then I went straight into this circular catch clean. I really love these movements that sort of swing in front of the body and then either to a catch or to a clean, to like a high catch. And there's just something about it. Once you get really into the motion of this, it really works the full body. Everything from like your feet up to your like shoulders is working. And it's that catch. You need to stabilize at that catch. It's way harder than it looks. That's a 12.5 kilo Sandflail, I think. Maybe 13. But once you get into the groove of it, it's hard to stop. It's really meditative. Here I switched it up to a front 360, switching the grips right there into like a clean, almost like a kettlebell clean. But the front 360 is amazing. It's just grip, arms, biceps, upper back, your lumbar, your core, your abs, your glutes. Everything's working because you're going across that plane. And then I'm just hitting the legs a little bit more. Not too crazy workout, but I just wanted to like kind of blast my legs today. So front 360s to low side squats. I was definitely feeling it by this point. And then I'm going to switch back to the large gunny sack. And we're looking at rows. Now the gunny sack here really excels for this movement, pretty much because the shape allows it to almost mimics the shape of my body. Look at that, it's almost the same shape as my body. And you can get full range in that row, which you can't with a lot of different sandbags. And I'd actually done quite a lot of these before I even shot this workout, and they are amazing. So this is something I was playing around with. Basically, it's like kneeling get-ups. Hold on a sec, my cat is scratching the door. I just have to let it in. There we go. Cat scratching the door. Cat is out. But yeah, these kneeling get-ups are pretty brutal. Like, I really feel it in the quads. Obviously works your grip, works your stability, upper body stability. It's like a constant pull because your upper back's constantly keeping that close to your body. Yeah, I actually really liked it. I don't know why I did it. I just decided to throw it in. And at this point, my legs are burning. I'm pretty much done. I can't remember if I did any more leg stuff after this. Leave me alone, cat. Shooting a video. So yeah, push-up. I really like push-ups on these. All sizes, like from the small one, the medium one, the large one. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the fact that I kind of like sort of like supinate my hands a little bit, but it also gives me something really, really good to push against and really contract the chest muscles. And you can see triceps. You can even see it there. Triceps are definitely getting a good workout in. And I really like that angle. Everything just feels good here. It feels good in my wrists, my hands, my fingers. The triceps feel like they're working. The chest feels like it's getting absolutely blasted. I like to work quite slow on these if possible. And there's me pretty much done. Here I decided to try this. It's another way to hit the chest. It essentially is a gunny sack bench press, floor press, as I would. And this was way harder than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I've done a lot of pressing with weights, bands, and all those different things, but this was really hard. I just, first of all, I didn't get the right sort of positioning with my back and legs. And that was straight after the push-ups, almost like a superset, really. But man, I was struggling on this one. I think I only got about 6 or 7 reps. I think I just teed a little bit. No, I don't. I'll stop. Yeah, pretty much fried myself on that one. But that really effective. Here we go. Just some cleans, almost like hand cleans. So I'm gonna, power up to the midline and clean up the shoulder. Again, the shape would work really nice for this. And I've mainly been playing around with the medium and small gunny sacks. But this large one, this is really the first day I've had a good play with this one. And yeah, I love it. Again, 50 kilograms, but there's room to get that up to about 90, if not more. Like, what's like 200 pounds, over 200 pounds, over 200 pounds probably could throw in that thing. They would become a much bigger, more awkward shape. But personally, I like this, the like filled halfway size. I'm more into scaled down strongman. I don't want to be going for massive max efforts. I'm looking for a weight that I can really challenge myself and get plenty of reps in. Oops, yeah, I went straight into, it was like a clean, half clean, 2 step back lunge. I really like that one as well. Yeah, this is another thing I like. I love incorporating bands into things. Bands is like probably one of my favorite tools that I've ever used, and it's changed my life dramatically. Like, kept injuries at bay, and my body just loves bands. So here we go. I wrapped a 32-inch Serious Steel blue band around there. Now, obviously, most bands are 41-inch, which is just way too long for this. The 32 worked really well, and the idea was just to get a bit more tension at the top of the movement. Yeah, it worked pretty cool. Now, some more bands. It's just extra stuff I was doing, but I love using bands in like platforms. It just keeps your feet from having to get tangled up in the thing, and obviously with enough weight, your feet will start to bow in, and it's not good for your ankles. So I'm using the gunny sack as like a resistance band platform, and it gives me that extra probably like 5-6 inches of height to make that band way more tension at the top. And you can see me, I'm pretty struggling by this point. I was just trying to hit an upper body vertical push, and yeah, I'm pretty much done there. And then we go on to something else. So I went straight from that into a row movement. Got a stainless steel up there that I like to use for bands, and I've just pretty much just looped it under the gunny sack, up around the steel rod, and I'm doing some rows. Again, I just love incorporating resistance bands into all my routines. And I think that the benefit of using bands and like standard weights is so good. Keeps my joints functioning well. I don't really get tweaks anymore. I very rarely get any injuries now because a lot of it is band work, but I'm also using, free weights, some free weights, and specifically sandbags, the Sandflails and the gunny sacks. And that went to pretty much failure there, near failure. Then the last one is a deadlift. I've got a wooden resistance band platform under the gunny sack, and the gunny sack just gives me this extra height. And I really like how my feet feel on this. It's pretty much flat on the gunny sack because I've left enough room for the sand to flatten out. But it gives me insane tension from the very bottom of that movement, which is hard to get with bands, especially long bands. So the tension's right there. Like you can see, tension's never off that band. And towards the top, I mean, this must like almost double the tension of that band. And again, I'm going here close to failure. I mean, as you see, a lot of these things were like just one set. I didn't really do multiple sets. I like to get 1 to 2 sets close to failure, if not failure. And yeah, dead.